How the fuck are you doing? Welcome to NFG podcast number 25 or 21. We're on 21. So I guess the podcast is of legal age to drink beer or liquor or whatever. I guess you could. What else can you do when you're 21? I don't know. A lot of stuff, I think. You know, you can gamble in every state. The fuck else can you do? You can do a lot of different stuff. See if anybody comes on here. I've been working on trucks all day today. Fucking cost myself $1,100 because I'm stupid and I fucking forgot about some shit. So that fucking sucks, you know. Thank you. I am a legend. I will tell you that this week I did get made into a TikTok sound. So I am super excited about that. Okay, that I got made into a TikTok fucking sound. So like one of my fucking videos where I said, you know, I was calling fucking drivers dumb. This dude made it into a TikTok sound. I loved it. I think you could look it up. Doesn't say Justice Churchill, but it is me. Yeah, we're always working on shit every weekend. This weekend, couple of the original Peterbilts that I bought, they all got about 300,000 miles on them. So they need brake rotors. And brake rotors fucking suck for disc brakes because they use the wedge style, like they wedge in there. And there's no good way to get the fucking wedges out, man. It fucking sucks. Like they get wedged in there. Like there's no good way. The best way I found, you can either, well, I forgot these were aluminum hubs, so I fucking cut them off and then tried to fucking break them off, but then I end up breaking the hub. So tomorrow we got to figure out, we still got the back four to do. I did the front, so they're good to go, and we don't have to worry about that at all. I did put Never Seas back on them this time to hopefully maybe they'll slide a little bit easier. I don't fucking know. I can't figure out how to get them out because it's just, it fucking sucks. They need to come up with a tool that you can pull them out from the back. Like it would go on and clamp onto them and then you pull them out. So maybe they make like a slide hammer, like with a pair of vice grips, and then you just fucking pop them out that way. That could be another fucking reason. Really, you need an air hammer thing. Like, maybe that Astro pneumatic fucking air hammer thing, or the air slide hammer. Like, you could clamp it on one of these things and then pull them out. It just kind of sucks, you know? Because I haven't found a good way of fucking doing it yet. But that's what I've been doing the last 2 days. It sucks. I'm fucking filthy as shit. You know, I gotta put what do I gotta put on tomorrow? I gotta put on a fucking air dryer cartridges because it's getting that type of season. But it's going on. Business is going okay. We have definitely slowed down a lot. I mean, like, all of our trucks are going to be working on Monday, but, you know, they're going to be doing shit that doesn't really pay all that great, but it is something to keep going. Yeah, I would give people advice if they paid. That's about the only way. There is some things that we are trying to... There is some things that we're trying to expand here. We're going to try to expand the fucking... we're going to try to expand the... what do you call that? Expand the YouTube, maybe do a podcast a little bit different. Over the Christmas break, we're going to clean out the upstairs because there's an office area up there that we've never used. Clean that out, get everything cleaned back up there, put new flooring down. All new lighting, paint it, put a bathroom up there. And then I'm going to have kind of like a podcast room where I can have like a couch and then a little bit of an area to set in there, if you will. That's what we're trying to work on. That is the best advice. Really, that's the advice that keeps on giving. Whatever Brian Van Deen does, do the exact opposite of that, and you should be pretty good. No, I've never done roll-off or trash containers. Not really into that type of stuff. I like the dump truck business. That's all that I know. I don't know anything else right now, so I really don't want to get spread too out. Like, I thought about buying a semi, but I still don't know if I want to do all that. You're looking to buy a few triaxles, good luck. This weather's looking really good. You know, I got some really good salt contracts this year, so to me, I just need it to snow fucking once a week, and if I can snow once a week till fucking February 1st, bud, we're going to be real nice, Clark. Like, we'll probably be going to Chicago to get salt. That's just what it's going to be. You know, yeah, there'll be no asphalt hauled on Monday. I can tell you that. Monday or Tuesday, it's going to be 32 degrees here. I don't think you can do anything. You know, it's going to be quite shitty. Damn it. Got fucking shit all in my fingers. Go home and get a shower. Damn it. A piece of metal in there. You just get fucked up. You got 4 inches over in South Dakota. I wish we had 4 inches right now. I think it's supposed to snow a little bit later. I do believe. It is supposed to snow a little bit later. I do believe we're supposed to get, I'm going to guess, 1.5 inches here. By the time we wake up tomorrow morning, I think it'll be 1.5 inches on the ground. That's my opinion. But we'll wait and see. I'm not 100% sure, but that would be good. Hopefully everybody goes out and, you know, blows through, you know, a couple thousand tons of soot. Has that sprayed every goddamn fucking where, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. My Thanksgiving was really good, Larry. We went over to my wife's parents' house. Her dad cooked a whole meal, dude. He did a really good job with the turkey. And we had, my wife made stuffing, and then I think I ate, I don't know, maybe 18 deviled eggs, I think. You know, you can't leave deviled eggs around me. Those are my favorite. I like deviled eggs. And I like, my grandma used to make this stuffing that I remember as a kid. And I just continue to, I like that stuffing. I consider it the best stuffing. Most people don't know what, you know what I'm saying? It's like a stage, they call it a sage type stuffing. But I like it. My grandma used to make it, and I just remember it from a kid, so I make my wife or mom do it every year. So Brittany's got to get better at doing it. But that's the only thing that I care about on Thanksgiving. Turkey's turkey. It was whatever. Justin down 90 days sober. That's funny. That is absolutely hilarious. I wonder if they'll be giving him a pen. Or do you get like you get a little token, right? Like this. Get a little token. This is an Olight token, you know, 90 days sober. That's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, I know. I am trying to buy a shop, but we just, you know what I'm saying? It's, right now it's not in the cards. If we have a good winter this year where I don't have to go fucking $150,000 in debt, I think we're going to be okay. We'll see. You know, and then next year if these trucks come in on time and we got everything lined up and ready to rock and roll, I think it's going to be pretty good. Dow is DOA. Yeah. Fucking funny. That's pretty fucking funny. I forgot about it that he OD'd and died out in the desert. I forgot about that. Huh. It's funny. It's funny how all of them had drug problems, you know, except a couple of them. I don't know if Garnett's still making tools or making tool videos. I don't know if, well, yeah, I know that Joel's not doing anything, and I don't think that, I don't think Bruce, I don't know what he's doing. I'm still out here talking about my goddamn trucking business, this fucking thing. You know, this business will very humble you very fucking quick. I will tell you that. I mean, this week has been an absolute fucking disaster. You know, just all the shit has been a fucking pain in the ass. You know, like if there is a problem that could go wrong, it will go wrong. Well, the Bengals won one game. Let's not get super fucking excited. How long before the business goes in profit? Well, the business is profitable. It's just not enough to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's enough to maintain. If you don't do the same amount of money every week, it's hard to maintain. If a couple things get screwed up, it's hard to cash flow enough to keep the lights on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to cash flow, I think like 72 grand a week is what we have to come in just to keep the fucking lights on. I mean, it's a pain in the ass. Ah, thank you from Maine. Is that your Peterbilt in Lima? What do you mean? I don't know what Lima. I did buy a Peterbilt from Lima. Wow, yeah, it is. It is stressful most days. I mean, this, like, look at, I got gray hair a lot. Well, that's a catch-22. My wife says that we're not doing better with more trucks, but I think we are doing better with more trucks. I think what it is what we got going on is that right now we're spread out. Having more trucks gets you spread out to different contractors. That's good, and then it's bad on the one hand because usually, you know, like there's people that pay in 10 days, there's people that pay in 21 days, and there's people that pay in 30 days, and then there's people pay in days that are fucking, they pay whenever they fucking feel like it. So, you know, like how it, the more that you can get yourself spread out, the better that it is. You have to have more trucks to do that because, like, really, if you had 18 trucks and then you ran them at 18 different places, what the problem is that those places don't pay enough. Like, you know, maybe a couple of the places pay every week and a couple of places pay every 2 weeks. Well, it takes a lot to get on that cycle. And then and then when you're moving trucks around or people are busy over here, they're busy over there, it's hard to get everything to line up. So it looks like you're not doing well, but we've by far had the best year that we've ever had in the trucking business. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's a lot. I'm not looking at 6 million gross next year. I don't think we're anywhere near that. I think that we're going to be about maybe 5 if that goes in effect. You know, I would like to get to about 7 to 10 million. To do would be kind of where you know what I'm saying, like where I want to be. No, nobody asked off for religious reasons this week. And if they did, I would have told them that I don't give a fuck about your goddamn religious regions, okay? Like, I don't give a fuck who you're praying to, who you're doing this. We working, playa. So I don't know what to tell you. Don't care. How far am I from Cincinnati? About 10 minutes. I don't know if my dream is coming full circle very fast. What it is becoming is a nightmare very fast, like an over-the-grown nightmare. I mean, it's just too much. You know, like there's a lot of nightmares. I got a lot of nightmares, you know, like just an absolute lot of fucking nightmares. Yes, all the trucks are filled. We're going to get another one sold this week. Right now, what was I going to say? Right now we are gonna, we had a lot of guy go last week, and then we are going to move another truck over to the sale yard probably this weekend or next weekend. We'll get it moved over there, and it will go over there and start, what was I going to say? It'll go over there and start getting sold next week. I sell them through the dealership. The reason I do that is because they just deal with all the tire kickers. I don't have to deal with all the tire kickers. And a lot of times it's hard to get, find a bank that will do a third-party loan. So a lot of people will not do a third-party loan there, so it's just easier to sell it at the dealership. They advertise it, they field all the calls. That's their job, is to sell trucks. They don't want it on their lot just as much as, you know what I'm saying, their salesmen get paid to sell trucks. So think about it. If somebody comes and gives them the fucking thing to sell the truck, it's, you know, it's a win-win for everybody. One will be at probably, I think they're both in Cincinnati. Why do I think Austin Prock left John Force Racing? Why the Prock family left John Force Racing, it comes down to pure money. They went over to Tasca's. I don't know if they're going to have a two-car team at Tasca's. Everything seems kind of hush-hush. I think Chevrolet was pulling their money from Force. They need to get factory backing. I would say that there's been some bad blood between John Force Racing and Tasca. The Tasca family has more money than John Force when it comes down to it. I believe that for a couple years there, Jimmy Prock has been grossly underpaid. Back when the pandemic, I think that, you know what I'm saying, Jimmy Prock took less money to have his son drive, and then his son became a two-time champion, and they didn't up Jimmy Prock's money. Okay? They hired Thomas. Thomas is, you know, really smart guy. Austin's really smart guy. I think every once in a while, everybody needs a little bit of change there. You know, Robert Height left kind of quickly. You know, Robert Height left. When he stopped driving, Robert Height was pretty much gone. He, you know what I'm saying? He moved to Utah. There's just some... I believe that's why it is. I would like to see, I think that nowadays you do need a two-car team to win a Top Fuel championship. A single-car team is going to be very difficult to win championships, so especially in funny car. Again, what you guys don't know about nitro racing is clutch disc are highly important. Highly, highly important. If you were going to start a Top Fuel team at this day and age, you would have to, go deal with the Mafia, which is the Bonifani brothers, so Rob Bonifani. And you got to be able to buy the best clutch disc that you can buy. Buying clutch disc are most important. Let's say if you're going to make, if you decide that you're going to make 200 runs a year, you have to buy 300 clutch, you have to buy 900 clutch discs, 3 different patches, so you can have the same clutch disc to run the whole fucking season. And then you have to have used disc. So then you got to have used disc. And then you got, you know what I'm saying? It would take you 2 years of starting your own team before you could get a clutch disc inventory to run for a championship. Cut and dry. You could get the motor to do the same thing. The motor parts wouldn't be as valuable. Clutch disc are super important. Just how you can get them, just how you could get, just so that it wears the same. You have to run the same Rockwell within, a couple, let's say that you want your pack average Rockwell to be fucking 62. Okay, I'm just throwing a number out there. That's the Rockwell disc harder. You know what I'm saying? So now you have to fucking take these 300 discs and basically build fucking 300 clutch packs with, you know what I'm saying, that Rockwell. Now, their Rockwell is going to be anywhere from 50 to fucking 60 or sometimes 72, and that's hard to average all those out. Then you got to go make runs and figure out, okay, this one doesn't like to be here, so now we got to move it over there, and this one doesn't like to be next to this one. This one's too hard. This one doesn't wear enough. So by the time you get all that figured out, that's going to take you 2 years. And then you got to keep buying clutch discs, and they're like $170 a piece, and you have to prepay for them. So, I mean, it's outrageous money. And the guys that win a lot of races, have the best clutch disc. Point blank, period. I think that, Jimmy Proc's cars historically have made a lot of power. They wear a lot of clutch. That helps. I believe that it opens your window up on tuning those cars greatly. Personally, I think I could do it in under 6 months. I think if I could get somebody to let me run 50 runs, I think I could figure out how to make it go down the racetrack. I mean, we're going to fuck up a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a funny car would be a really good idea to start with, because I'm going to blow the body off that motherfucker at least 6 or 7 times. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be aggressive. We're probably going to smoke the tires a lot, but, just the nuances of that things is very, you know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of crew chiefs overcomplicate it, because, again, they have to sell it to the team owners that, hey, I'm the only guy that can fix this. Well, no, it's not really. You're not the only guy. You're the only guy that you've talked, you know what I'm saying, that you talked somebody into letting you try it, and you didn't murder all their shit, and you stayed there a while, and you figured shit out. It's not that hard. Nowhere. I'm not saying that I'm as smart as Jimmy Proc, but I mean, running one of those cars really ain't that hard. I mean, there's a lot of factors. What you're doing is you're trying to eliminate the factor and making the biggest window you can. That's it. Would you start a heavy haul trucking business like Miller Transport or Gentry and Sons? No, I don't know anything about driving over the road. I don't want to get involved in any of that. I don't want to get involved in any of going over the road. I don't know who that Gentry and Son guy is. I've heard some negative things just through the grapevine. The dude is kind of like a womanizer and kind of touchy-feely with the ladies. That's all I've really heard about that guy. I don't know who he is. He's probably some goober. I don't know. I've never watched his videos. Don't know, don't care. And then Miller Transport, I don't know who that is either. Haven't watched any of their stuff. I'm sure they haven't watched any of my stuff. I really don't care. Yeah, JST funny car would be, probably a dragster would be all right. Funny car, unless you didn't, I don't think it's worth running a funny car unless you have factory money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Michael. Yeah, we're down here working. I worked yesterday and then I worked today. I've been putting brakes on a couple of the trucks, but it's not as easy as drums, because the drums come off, you just put brakes on it and you're done. Fucking these goddamn fucking disc brake things lick ass. They take a lot. No, it would cost you, let me see. It would cost you, I would say, to start a team up right now, you're looking at probably $6 million to start a fuel car team. Did you ever hear from that Mike Jaco guy? Never heard from that guy. I don't know who that is. I would say it costs $6 million. No, I did not bid on any of the state stuff. I'm way too expensive for the state to for me to haul salt for the state. I do it for private landscaping companies. I would say that I do it for the 3 largest landscape companies here in the city. That's all that I'm doing. I am not interested in, fucking hauling money for goddamn ferry rates. I'm not interested in going to haul fucking, 1,000 tons of salt for fucking $5,000 and having to take 4 days to do it and use 4 trucks to get out 1,000 tons and each truck make $480 a day. I'm not interested in that. That means that's total sales, $400, maybe $630 is the most that you'll get. Not interested in doing that. I'm not interested in doing that anymore. You just basically go in debt faster than you can go, whatever. No, I haven't heard from that dude either. I don't hear from a lot of people. Most people don't call me. Just not into that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not hauling it. You know what I'm saying? I'm laughing at those guys. Because I know I watched all these guys over here, like, just talk a lot of shit. And I have the county yard right over here, okay? And they consider it 9 miles, okay, to get to this yard here. So I think it pays all in with fuel surcharge was $5.37 a ton. $5.37 a ton. And I watched them. They got 4 loads all day. And I'm like, okay, so the most that they could haul, okay, I mean, I watched it here. I watched it and laughed my ass off. So I was like, they were in semis. I think the semis weigh about 31,000. So I thought, okay, you can get 24 on it. So 24 times 537 is $128 times 4. That means that truck made $515. Okay, and that was divided by a guy probably got there at 6:30 and was done at 3:30. So what is that? Is that 7 hours? That means the truck made $73 an hour. That's embarrassing. You can't do it for that. It costs $96 to run it. It's fucking ridiculous. It just doesn't add up. And that's on a good day. That's when you could do 4. Okay? There's going to be some days that you're going to do 2. And I just laugh. I'm not interested in doing it, Like the guy that controls all the salt here got mad at me a couple years ago because the company that actually like sells the salt, Morton's, they asked me to bid on it, and I basically guessed on what, you know what I'm saying, I thought it was. And he got mad at me and told me I couldn't work for him. I was trying to steal his work. I'm like, dude, they called me and asked to bid on it. You should want me to bid on it because I bid on it fucking to a reasonable rate that made yours look really good. Now, you could have raised yours $1 because I was $4 ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Fuller is a joke. It's a fucking joke, dude. I was like, dude, I was like, he's like, well, they're going to get somebody to haul it, whether we haul it or... I was like, dude, raise the fucking rate, dude. You're going broke hauling this shit. The shit's ridiculous, man. Like, the states just do it to do that. Like, my wife has WBE or DBE, okay? So, like, I got to sit in during the salt meetings, and I listened to these bozos, and I was the only one that was like, well, how are we going to haul it for this? And there's people like, oh, I want to bid this stuff. I'm like, you don't want to bid this stuff. I was like, do you have dump trucks? No, but I'm just a broker. Okay, you need to stop bidding this shit, you fucking bozo, because you're going to bid this shit like it's fucking freight. This is not fucking freight, okay? This is heavy haul, fucking specialty hauling, okay? Now, what you don't know is what these bozos ain't telling you, okay? I was like, and I sat there and told him, I was like, first of all, the other salt yard in the city closed down, okay? So now we have all 4 fucking salt distributors out of one fucking location. One. That is the most unorganized motherfucking thing in the United States. They're fucking dock workers, okay? So these motherfuckers are union. They don't give 2 fucks. They're supposed to start at 7 a.m. Bullshit. They don't start loading trucks till 7:45 because they got to have a jerk-off meeting for fucking 20 minutes in there and let their equipment warm up. They don't start letting the equipment warm it up till 7:05 because they all got to clock in. They all got to jerk each other off, and then they go outside. Then at 9 o'clock, they got to take a fucking 15-minute break. At noon, they're going to take a half an hour lunch. And then they don't close till 3:30, but they stop loading at 2:30 because fucking Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? At 3:30, they have to leave because nobody wants to pay overtime. Okay, so you get 4 hours of destructive hauling. Now, they only have 1 fucking loader, okay? And they have 1 guy clocking you or weighing you in and weighing you fucking out, okay? So you're just shooting yourself in the foot going down there. You know, like, I'm like, this is fucking dumb. Fucking dumb. You know, and then they brag, like, oh, today we got out 5,000 tons. You could have got out 12, you fucking idiots. But, you know, you don't care. Or the fucking power's out. Or this and that. You know, it's a joke down there. It's a fucking absolute fucking joke. It's an absolute fucking joke. You know, and then like during this whole meeting, they're like, well, we'll stay open late. Really? Really? You know, that happened one time last year. Once. Okay, and they stayed open till 4:30. What the fuck does that do? They should stay open till 5 o'clock every day. I'm like, you know, it should be 6 to 6 is really what it should be during salt season, not these fucking. I mean, it's a joke. It is a fucking joke. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, you know, because the news is going to be at the fucking county's office yelling at them. They ain't going to be down here yelling at me. They don't want to come talk to Justin. Like, hey, why couldn't you guys get salt? Why can't we get it out? Shit. The salt rates in northeastern Ohio are the same as 1968. It's ridiculous. It is fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? These counties and all this shit, they should have to pay way more. This salt should cost $140 a ton. Because why do I got to go broke hauling the shit to you? Fuck off. Listen, I don't really need to call and talk to people. I mean, if you bought one with a PACCAR engine, congratulations. I would have not bought that, but, you know, whatever. No, the city here, they have their salt trucks to put it down on the ground. They have like what they call plow trucks. But they make us, the salt companies make us haul it for fucking peanuts. You know what I'm saying? For absolute fucking peanuts. And I'm not doing it. You know, I think the cheapest rate should be $10. That's just my opinion. You only haul it 3 months out of the year, and you're only going to get 4 loads on a good day. That's if you don't have to drive across state, you know. That's if you don't have to drive across town. You know, most of the time you have to drive across town. There was a guy named Virgil Harris Trucking out of Springfield that was coming down here and hauling shit last year. I don't know what the fuck he got paid to do it, but I'm sure this motherfucker went fucking broke. You know, I mean, these guys are going to be, I don't know what the hell they're going to do. I'm going to do my landscapers, and I'm going to have good fun with that. You know, I think if I haul 10,000 tons this year, that'll be pretty good. At least I'm the only one doing it. And when they give me a 1,000-ton order, if it takes me 2 days, I get it done, I can go do something else. I don't have to sit down there and wait in those lines every day. I'll just go, you know, haul fucking stock to somewhere and lose my ass doing that. Other than that, it really don't. Just not interested in doing it. Or what will happen is people will call me like, "Can you come haul our salt negative?" And then I'll just tell them, I'm going to do it for this amount of money, or I'm not doing it. Not interested in it. So, don't care. You know, I could borrow 150 grand and fucking make my payments and just not pay anything else for the rest of the fucking year and just sit there and let the things sit there. You know, sell 2 trucks and fucking just go through the winter like that, rather than drive this shit up and down the road for fucking nothing. At least we're not burning fuel up and all that horse shit. You know, but fuel has came down. So that tells me we're about ready to start really hauling a lot of salt, because, you know, it's the end of the month. So the fuel will probably bottom out at $3.50, and then the first week of December it'll go back up to about $4. But they picked the fuel surcharge off, whatever it is, the last week of the month. You know. So fuel's coming down, but it'll be pretty shitty. Mine they didn't work Friday, and I told them don't bring it. I'm sure Monday it'll be just as cheap. I saw that the place down the street was like $3.50, so it'll probably be $3.25 delivered to me. How many new tires am I sitting on? We are sitting on 6 brand new sets. And all the trucks have pretty much new tires on them. They're ready to go. And I have 1, 2, 3. I think I have 10 float tires sitting here. So that's pretty good. We have enough tires to go through the end of the year. I'm not too worried about that. I think there's a couple recaps coming back and all that stuff. It's not bad. Yeah, good. The 12 gauge visor is the way to go, ain't it? It fucking perfect. It looks the best too. Did you get the 13? I almost feel like you could go to like I got the reverse bow tie. I feel like you could go to like 16 to 13. It would look a lot better. Don't tell me about drivers blowing them out, hitting the sides of the scale. Don't tell me. Oh, you went 14-inch straight. Okay. That's pretty cool. You could probably go to went to 16. That windshield is big. How long do I keep the trucks before I decide to sell them? Usually I like to keep them 40 to 48 months before I sell them. But I've been trying to keep some of the trucks long. Like right now, my 389 Peterbilts, I did have a guy offer me to buy one of them, and I don't know if I want to sell one. I would, but it's got to be the right price. Like if somebody came in and offered me 210 grand cash for a 389, I would sell it. But I'm not trying to sell it at 175 or 150. You know, there's always people that want to lowball you. I want to sell it for 200 grand. I don't know how much a new battery is. Probably $400 or $500 a piece. I don't know. I have 4 Kenworths now, and I ordered another 589 Peterbilt for next year, and I'm going to order 2 567s. We ordered 2 T880S power hoods, and then I ordered 3 W900s. So I'll keep those W900s forever, and then I'll get some, at the end of the year, I'm going to order another 589 and then 2 more 990s to come in, and like I'll order them in Q4 is what I want. How can you make sense of turning them around in 48 months? Well, do you have shit for brains? I mean, think about it. Okay, but in 48 months, the next trucks cost 400 grand. Alrighty. So I don't know if you know this, but the dump truck business is very not profitable. Like the margins are very fucking slim, you know? So like if you can't figure out why you sell them in 48 months, you got shit for brains, bud. I mean, absolute doo-doo in your head. Alrighty? What do large fleets sell their trucks at? What does like Warner, fucking R&L carriers, you know what I'm saying? When do they sell their trucks? How many miles? I mean, I'm sure you guys seen them out there all over the place. I mean, I'm sure you've seen Freightliner Cascadias, 579s, T6880s. How many miles on them do they got? How many miles? All right, 400,000 to 500,000 miles in every 3 to 4 years. That's what the big fleets do. Why do you think they do that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're gonna put all this shit together, you know what I'm saying, and fucking figure out how that we don't have shit for fucking brains. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to run a business. If you're smart, you will figure it the fuck out. You will figure it the fuck out if you don't have shit for brains. But there's a lot of people out here that get scared. Oh my God, you got payments. You're either going to buy parts or make payments. One or the fucking other. You ain't going to get away from it. So just get over your fucking self. Get over it. So what you do is you run them for 4 years. They still have good resale value. You sell them. You move into something else. It's very, very fucking simple. Why do you want, do you want to hold on to shit? Fucking just all fucking out here, just fucking jerking off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, do you want to hold on to this shit? Now, there's some things that I'm not selling because, you know, they're kind of cool. Like the Peterbilt 389s, you can never get those. You can't get long hood dump trucks anymore. Well, that's because you have a small brain and you haven't figured it out yet. You haven't figured it out. One day you'll figure it out. The rates suck everywhere. Eventually the rates are going to have to go up because there's just not going to be as many people doing it, you know? And you got to think about it. If you have 20 and every year you trade 3 or 4 out, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, you know, you what you're trying to do is you keep the lowest mileage one that you have of the 4 that you bought at the same time, and then you keep one of those, and then you pay that one always off, and then at the end you have 5 or 6 trucks that you have paid off out of the 28 that you own, and then you just, you know, hopefully every year you keep getting more and more of them out, and then you just do that. It's not that big a deal. I mean, I don't see the inflation hitting the truck market more and more. I mean, it's not going to go up a bunch more. I mean, in 5 years, the trucks went up 100 grand. So that's because it's been crazy around here. I think the economy's getting ready to take a fucking, you know what I'm saying? I think the economy's getting ready to take a real shit. You know, the unemployment rate is getting very high. I can tell that just by how many phone calls that I get a day of people looking for jobs. So it kind of tells me that you know what I'm saying, the shit's getting a little bit outrageous. Man, I don't know how in the hell she makes $10,000 to $12,000 a week over the road, but I'd love to make that. The best that our gravel trucks here do is about 72 to 75 a week. If we can get a truck to do that, that'd be really good. There's only one or two guys that can hit that, but you know, they get the last load every day, and they work every Saturday. Like this Saturday we're not working, but next Saturday we are going to work. So, you know, we'll be back into it, hitting it pretty fucking hard here. We'll be hitting it pretty hard. Yeah, see, Michael Donald, if you buy 2 or 3 a year, from now on, you can sell them close to the price you paid for them in 2 to 3 years. Very close. You may like, let's say they cost 270 grand. Well, in 4 years, you can ask 225, and that's a good used truck. You know, it's very close. Very, 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 very close. You know, and mileage really doesn't make a difference in the dump truck world because, you know, like my stuff is getting well maintained. They're not leaking oil. They're not doing all this. They're not doing a lot of this shit. I mean, they're doing pretty fucking good. And it's just not shit for brains. You know? Like, goddamn, my pants we are disgusting today. My wife's gonna be pissed. I'm fucking up our goddamn washer this week. I'm fucking this thing up. When I get home today and tomorrow, at least this stuff will be, at least some of this bigger major maintenance will be kind of done. Yeah, my tax guy's pretty expensive. I was hoping to get him paid off this year, but we did not get that done. You know, hopefully this year we don't have to change tax people. Hopefully, you know. The last 2 years we've had to change tax people, and I don't like it. I wouldn't drive into California. I don't want to go over the road. We have a hard enough problems trying to keep our trucks running here in the city. I couldn't imagine having trucks over the road. You know, these guys would have more shit fucked up. I couldn't imagine it. I mean, goddamn, I blow out more tires, and we're here. You know, I'm not Sopranos. I wish I was in the mob. This would be a lot easier, to tell you the truth. It'd be hell of a lot easier. You know, because then you could just throw your weight around like, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, we ain't going to do it for this much, you know. And you just talk like that, like, hey, go talk to my friend here. Go talk to my friend. You know, it would be nice. You know, when people say that they're out here making, you know, making this kind of profit, you're not. That is true. Actually, Blake, there's a guy up by you that's I think he's a drug dealer, okay? Because I saw his truck flipped over. 20 trucks. You think that you're making money with 20 trucks, but you're not making what you're thinking. Okay, it cost a shit ton of money a week. That's what I'm saying. Like, it cost, when you have 20 trucks, this is the experience, you're going to make 370 grand a month. Yes, in gross sales, you make that much, but you are going to spend 365, maybe 372 from month to month. And it's just outrageous having that much going on. Okay, like, that's what I'm saying. This business is hard to cash flow because by the, like right now, we're kind of in between this cash flowy time. So it's very difficult right now. Yeah. See, they think that, they think that this shit is just free. Like, that if you could get people to work for free, fuck, I'd be rich. You know what I'm saying? And if we could get the fuel companies to be free, we would be fucking loaded. It would be fucking loaded. No, we don't lay off our drivers for the winter. They all stay working. Nope. I don't want to be in the hospitality business. I'm not a people person. I don't have amazing people skills. My people skills actually suck. Okay? I did watch this thing before. I don't know. I would consider myself a high achiever, okay? And I read something, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of these things came across, and it said that high achievers don't like mediocre people, okay? And I don't like mediocre people. I don't like their excuses. I don't like any of that stuff. I don't care. Overachievers or high achievers or whatever you want to call it, we are demanding. We demand perfection at all times. We demand certain things, and I am not a people person based on that. Plus, when you deal with 50 truck drivers a year, you know what I'm saying? When you deal with 50 truck drivers a year, you become, how would I say this? You become like a jaded cop to a lot of things, where you just really don't give a shit about people's feelings or anything like that, because you have been fed every bullshit fucking excuse known to fucking man. I can tell you an excuse if it's bullshit. Okay, like, I had a dude tell me he couldn't come in this day because he broke his phone. I don't give a fuck that you broke your phone. Come into fucking work, you fucking bozo, okay? And fucking at the end of the fucking day, you go get your fucking phone fixed, okay? I don't give a fuck. I had another guy, he don't work here anymore, but he said that he had his fucking sewer back up. I don't give a fuck that your sewer's backed up. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You call the plumber from the truck, you tell him, hey, I left the side door open, it's backed up, okay? Go fix it. Alrighty? Oh, man, I ain't got the money to fix this. Well, no shit, you don't have the money, because you miss 1 or 2 days a week, you fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? People don't realize this, but it's just like, fucking these people in their fucking phones. I know all these excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell these people, you want to know why you think you're poor? Because you have a poor mindset, you fucking idiots. You know what I'm saying? You step on $100 to pick up a dime all the fucking time, and you don't realize it, that you got shit for brains. I don't give a fuck if people die. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You want to know why? Because the people that work for you, they don't give a fuck when your family dies. All they care about is, why didn't we get paid on payday? You can't use an excuse, our secretary was sick, we didn't get your payroll approved. Do you think that'd go over like a fucking lead balloon? They would be crying. They'd call you every fucking name in the book. And I always ask this question: why do I have to pay you on time if you can't show up on time? Answer this simple question. If you can't show up here, why do I have to pay you on time? Why do I have to be perfect and you can just do whatever the fuck you want to do? Why? Why is that? How is that equal? Because 40 minutes ago, you said that you're equal to me. Well, you're not equal to me, because you would understand that, like, well, somebody dropped the ball. I'm not interested in doing it. If our secretary's sick and the payroll doesn't get approved, it's no sweat off my balls. I don't care anymore. I don't care. She was sick, man. I don't know what to tell you. And when the economy gets really shitty, these workers will shut their mouths real quick. Yeah. When the unemployment rate gets about 15%, there'll be a lot of people shutting their mouths. All righty. They'll just see, during COVID, what happened is that the balance of whatever power or whatever kind of flipped. Okay. So it used to be the employer had the power in the relationship, and then it went to where the employees had the power in the relationship. And we saw what happened when you give uneducated people power. They make very bad decisions with their power. It doesn't last that long. Okay? So when it's coming back around right now, it's going to come back around to where the employer will have power, where, they'll just tell you, hey, get your shit and get out. They don't give a fuck, because they know that you can't go find another job, because there's not that many jobs out there, because there's not that many people hiring, and that will catch up to just anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you're starting to see it in in kind of the corporate world. During COVID, everybody worked from home. People got used to that. Now, what do you see corporations doing? They call it return to work. They want you to have all these offices. They want your dipshit ass in there. You know what I'm saying? And people are quitting and, not getting new jobs. They want work-life balance. Get fucked. You know what I'm saying? This shit's over. That just shows you, when you give uneducated people the fucking power to pick and choose, 9 times out of 10, they will make the wrong decision every time. There's some people that can work from home. My wife works from home. She does a great job. She focuses on it. She does a great job. There's some people that work from home. They're out riding around. They go fishing. They go shopping during the day. They fuck off all day. Then they end up getting fired, Or then they hear that, oh, we have to return to work, and you got to be in the office 5 days a week. These people don't know how to handle it, And you'll see that these corporations are not going to give a fuck. They're just going to say, okay, see you later. You know what I'm saying? They'll find somebody else. And when the unemployment rate is at 15, 20%, these people have to shut their fucking mouths and come into the office. Yeah, that is true. Everybody does want top pay for bottom of the barrel work ethic. That is 100% fucking true. There is a lot of fucking lazy fuckers out there. And then they blame everything on the guy that owns the company. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I try to tell my people, do you think Jeff Bezos knows what people make here, what people make at Amazon? No, he doesn't know. Do you think that he knows if fucking what your payroll was that week? Don't ask me, because I don't fucking know. Just like I would ask you, do you know how to fucking get a bank to give you fucking $3 million? Do you know how to do that? No? Okay, then shut the fuck up and go over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think that just because you work for a small business that this guy knows everything that goes going on. We don't. I have a lot of other things that I have to worry about. I worry about keeping the trucks on the road. I could care less what people fucking, if you get your paycheck, that has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my secretary handles all that stuff. I don't handle any of that stuff. I strictly copy and paste. Here's their driver's license. Put them in there. Fucking figure it out, bud. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what day they fucking started. We have some good people here. Then we have some people that just weeded themselves out on stupidity, or that they feel that they, want to tell me how it's going to go. Get the fuck out of here. I'm in no, you know what I'm saying? I'm in no point of my life telling, you know what I'm saying, for have somebody that has fucking no skin in the game telling me that how in the fuck this is going to go. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, our guys start a little bit over 24. It works out with the percentage to about like 26 an hour is where I start people at. And then you have to go quite a long time to get a raise. Like, I'm not interested. If you get in a bunch of accidents or you fucking rip the steps off the fucking goddamn truck, I'm not interested in giving you a raise. Not interested in doing that. Just not interested in it. Brian said he's going to make a huge comeback. That guy's not making a huge anything. You know what I'm saying? If he's going to do anything, he's making huge, you know what I'm saying? He's going to make huge mistakes. Yeah, that's what they always say. Man, I can't get no hours at this place. Hey, I called you, to work. Oh, man, I didn't get that phone call. I was sick. My fucking kids were sick. Who gives a shit? My kids were sick too. I was still down here. I still had to go drive around and fucking fix all the shit you fucked up. Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter that I'm eating dinner and then you make a fucking mistake on the last fucking load and then you call me and I have to go fucking do it. I'm looking to get my first driver. Any advice? Not really. You know what I'm saying? How would I say this? Maybe overpay and under expect. I really don't know what to tell you. Just remember, if anything happens to the truck, it's never their fault. Yeah, good luck. That's all I can tell you. Yeah, I'm an asshole. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a dickhead. I'm a solid dickhead. I don't give a fuck about your shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit about your problems. I don't care. I don't care about any of them. I'm over the excuses. I don't care. That is true, Ron. You will have to hire 3 of them to find one. And also, when you're hiring your first driver, how would I say this? Know that they're going to take advantage of you. That they're going to just be absolute fucking bozos. And don't believe a word that they say. That's what I would tell you. I would not, don't believe a word they say. Don't believe anything. It just doesn't matter. Because it's just an excuse how to not come in. And then they don't realize how much they cost you. I used to keep a running tally. We should bring it back up. How much money we lost just in a week. Yeah, don't do any payroll advances. You will get burnt on that. Don't do any of those. Payroll advances, that's a no-go around here. Got burnt up with those before. Tried to be nice. Wrong. It gets ugly quick. Don't do none of that. We are really close to hiring a full-time person to do. My goal next year is to get somebody in here that works full-time and deals with the drivers. I don't want to deal with it anymore. That's my goal. That's what I'm working towards. I think I need like 4 or 5 more trucks to do that so I could justify paying them. But I'm doing that. You know, I'm really close to that. I feel like I can handle some of the fixing stuff. I just don't want to handle the talking to them anymore. I can't do it. I'm really close. I don't know what that number needs to be. I can tell you I can't go drive a truck. We tried that. It was the worst fucking decision. You know what I'm saying? Me working night shift this year, fuck, I about got a fucking divorce because, you know what I'm saying, I would come home to sleep and the day shift drivers would have so much shit fucked up. My wife wouldn't even know how to tell them, just call the fucking tire guy. You know, I have to get up, fucking do this. Did Ohio beat Michigan today? Did Michigan lose? I don't even know if the game was going on. I got to get ready and go home. We're having beef and noodles tonight at 5 o'clock, so I'm excited about that. Enzo picked it out. I like beef and noodles. Well, yep. Ohio State won 24-9. Oh boy. I'm not a big Ohio State fan. Not a big Ohio State fan. Yeah, I'm not into them. No, I haven't watched Formula One at all. I worked night shift about 2 weeks, and that was a disaster. It was an absolute fucking disaster. I couldn't get any sleep because the phone would ring all day. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, people would be calling, or, you know, the day shift drivers would be in the wrong fucking spot. This would be going on. This would be going on. It's just a fucking mess. You can't do it. You can't fucking do it. And then my wife would have to come and ask me every goddamn fucking question. Like, you know the answer to this shit. Okay, what are we asking me for? Okay, I'm trying to fucking sleep. Just fucking, you know, Jesus Christ, you know, this and that, you know. So much shit broke. Like, we had so much stuff break that when I worked night shift, I didn't understand how the fuck it happened. Yeah, I haven't watched Formula One. I watched a lot of NHRA races this year. You know, uh, that's about all I did. Dude, I can't even go. This has been so nice. This week of Thanksgiving, this has actually been a really good week. Like, since Wednesday afternoon, my phone has not fucking rang, and it's fucking great. Like, it's fucking been fucking good. You know, now, I know that Monday, it's all gonna start over again. You know, the trucks haven't been started for 4 days. So you know what we're going to hear? My truck doesn't start. Go in and get the jumper box. Where do you do that at? If you don't know how to jump a semi truck, I can't help you. You got shit for brains. This is very simple. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm sure, you know, it's going to be fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. The phone's going to be fucking ringing. It's just going to be one fucking thing. I can't get the truck started. I can't do this. It won't do this. What do you want me to do about this? And then it's just going to start all over again. And then people are going to wonder why I'm already fucking mad at 4 o'clock in the morning on a fucking Monday morning. Because it's like, I've dealt 4 days have been quiet. Now it's not, you know? You're just sitting there like, fuck. All the fucking time. All the fucking time. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. What about this month? Ooh. Oh, we're only 20 grand off from last month, so that's not bad. Oh. No, I don't offer people any type of bonuses because it just doesn't work out. It doesn't work out because your shit will always get fucked up. You know, don't even think about that for a bonus. Yeah, you mean you get a paycheck? Yeah, that'd be fucking great. You know? Yeah, you can't. You just got to give them what they get that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I ask my drivers to wash the trucks or keep the inside cleans. They don't do it. And then they get mad when I finally just lose my fucking mind and call the detailer in and then just take $250 out of their check. Like, I don't understand how in the fuck you get the trucks this dirty. You know, when I drive a truck, I fucking wash it, you know what I'm saying? I keep the inside down, all that type of shit. I don't understand when people come here, they don't wash any trucks. They go to another company, you know, right down the road. He usually hires all the people that quit here or whatever. And all of a sudden, all their trucks are clean. They wash them every fucking day. But guys here will not wash any of my goddamn trucks. I don't understand it, you know. They won't wash anything. All they care about is coming in and getting a paycheck. Not interested. There you go. If the drivers were accountable for the insurance fucking things, that would solve a lot of trucking problems. 100%. I think the driver of a truck they should take on some of the responsibility as the driving when they make mistakes. I don't believe that it shouldn't be on the owner of the company. That's not how this works. I believe that the driver should fucking, what was I going to say? The driver should fucking be just as responsible. Yeah. Ron, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that worked here, quit, and then went and worked somewhere else. And guess what? They would never wash the truck here. I got the best, easiest system to wash a truck. If you just don't half-ass it, okay? But, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pay you if you half-ass it. You know what I'm saying? But they will not fucking clean a truck because that would take time. You know what I'm saying? That would take fucking time. Nothing motivates drivers. They're lazy. You could tell them that they're great, okay, every day, and they would still fucking leave you over a nickel because they think they're going to get advantaged, you know, or that you're really rich. They have no idea what goes on. They have a lot of drivers would have no idea how to run this thing day to day. I've offered. You know, like, I've gotten so mad, I'm like, hey, if you think you could do it better, come down here and get the phone. Now, you get no lifeline. You don't get to call me and ask me any fucking questions. But all the trucks have to be running every day, and whatever's broke's got to be fixed. So figure it the fuck out. You got no lifeline, you know, because you haven't earned that lifeline yet. So see if you could figure it out. Not one person has came down here and grabbed this phone because they know. They ain't got the answers. They don't have a fucking clue. Yeah, well, no, not necessarily, because I've seen their cars. All their cars look like shit, too. You know what I'm saying? I should, you know, Their cars are all dirty on the inside. Some of them keep them clean, but some of them just are dirty. I don't know what they think. They think it's just a work truck, so you just ride around and get it dessert. You know what I'm saying? Called whatever. Yeah, I would wash mine too. I'd come back, spray it off, you know, just so it doesn't look like shit. You know, or really what you do is you don't drive it through the mud puddles at the fucking goddamn plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just drive it through you move around the mud puddles. Don't drive them through the holes. Don't try to, you know what I'm saying? Slow down in the plant. You don't have to spray the mud all over every goddamn fucking things. That's not how it works. They just drive them through the fucking mud. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. You know? You wouldn't have to get them clean if you didn't fucking absolutely just fucking run them through every shithole place in the world. It's ridiculous. Like, wow. Wow. You know, like when I drove a truck, I would drive around the puddles. I would, you know what I'm saying, go slow and not fucking just run it through all the shit. You know, you just don't want to do that. Damn, we got nothing. This is weird. We've got no work next week at all for one company. Huh. It's crazy. Well, Ron, you know, you wash your truck because you bought it. You know what I'm saying? You spent 330 fucking grand on that truck. That's why you wash it, because you give a shit. You don't want your shit all fucking cooned up out there. You don't want your shit all fucked up, looking just nasty, dirty, disgusting. You know, nobody wants that. You know, I don't understand it, but whatever. You know, whatever. But anyway, I guess I'm going to get ready and get out of here. I'm going to go home, get a shower, see what my kids are doing. Yeah, you could tell them, don't do that. Don't put the lift axles down in the mud. Well, I used to make them pressure wash the trucks because I thought maybe if they cleaned them, and they just looked at how long it took to fucking pressure wash all the shit off, you wouldn't run it through the fucking mud. But nope, not that way. How many women drivers does my wife have? She has none. I'm the only one that has. I have 2 women drivers. I've had the one for like 6 years, maybe 5 years, and then I've had one for just this year, and she's doing really well. I really like the other woman driver that we got. She has turned out to be a great driver. She had a little rocky things to do in the beginning, but she has turned out to be a great truck driver. She has listened. She's respectful. Even if I fucking yelled and screamed at her for her mistakes, she has just taken her fucking ass chewing and went on about her day and didn't take it personal, you know? But, you know, she's done really, really, really good. You know, I'm really, you know, actually other drivers out there, other drivers out there have said that she's a pretty good truck driver, that she's respectful. And that goes a long fucking way. Then the other drivers will help you. If you don't act like a dipshit, the other drivers will help you. But Our guys seem to, most of them act like dipshits right from the beginning, and then the other drivers won't help them. If that makes any sense. Ugh. Nothing like a know-it-all truck driver. Yeah, this girl doesn't. She's done really good. I'd say if we had an award here, I would give it to her. Like if we had a truck driver of the year, I'd probably give it to her, just because she's new and she's came a long way and she's listened. Yeah. Well, so like last week when I got called a racist because we have a lot of black guys that work here, and I got called a racist because I only have 5 white men that work here, which I don't understand how fucking you could make that fucking leap. You know what I'm saying? But he got told I'm a racist because I only hold. What did he do? I only hire black people just to hold them down. I was like, oh, okay. No, that's not it. But what I found is that the black guys they're okay. They want to work. The white guys, they are really arrogant. They want way too much money for their skill level, and they make just as many mistakes as the black guys do. But they think that they deserve 50% of what the truck makes, and it's like, well, you don't, no, you fucking idiot. And then they're the ones that have, baby mama drama, they more worried about, I got to get off to go ride my motorcycle, or they got, that's what I found. I try to stay away from the, they try to stay, they try to, I try to stay away from the, what I would call it, hillbilly white guys. They seem to be really hard to deal with. Like, god damn, I've hired a bunch of them and they've all just been pieces of shit, just pieces of shit. Like, I think one came back and stole the CB out of the truck because I recognized the truck that tried to park out on the street, but I caught him, But the cops won't do anything about it. I showed them, I knew who it was. They didn't do anything. Yeah, but that's what I got told last week, that I'm a racist. Because I only hire black people to hold them down. I was like, no, I hire them to try to give them opportunities. Those are a lot of times the only people that call and ask for jobs. Like I said, the white guys, they all want, they want way too much shit for their skill level. They all have no skills, but they want way too much shit. And then they tell you how great they are. Like when a guy calls me and tells me that he's a super trucker, and you can tell the guys that think they're a super trucker, click, click, because it's just not going to work out. Yeah, the best drivers are the old guys that have no lives out of work. That is true. Like me. I have no life outside this fucking 4 walls. I am here more than anything in the world. But it's exactly like me. I'm just stuck down here. Like, fuck, man. That's all I do. Every day I'm just fucking here like shit. Yeah, the bed should lift faster as the higher it goes up because the cylinder gets smaller. So if you're moving fluid at the same rate, the cylinder gets smaller. But, I mean, that's common sense type shit, I'm guessing. Maybe, maybe not. I know a lot of you don't really have that, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm a pretty good driver. You know, like our lot is really tight, and then I can park them like, you know, real easy, and I keep the trucks moving. Our drivers, they can't back up for save their ass. You know, like I can swing them out, ring it around, do everything in one motion. There's not a lot of people that can do that because they don't know how to like set it up, or just be. They're either too lazy, they're too late on their correction, or they're too late on making the, you know, turning and all that stuff. A lot of my older trucks seem to migrate up to Columbus. Yeah, maybe they got some sold. I don't know. I haven't heard. There's only been one at the dealership. We're probably going to get another one up there. I think it's listed for like $199 right now. You'd probably take $190 for it. You know, it does need a windshield and some other stuff. But other than that, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, a lot of my trucks, I'm sure they are up there. I'd like to sell some more of them. I got one more for sale, you know, but nobody seems to do whatever. You know, tell me, the best drivers have an ugly or mean wife, so they don't want to go home. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, here's the thing. I hired this person fresh out of school, gave them an opportunity. Alrighty, they come here, you know, they didn't want to haul asphalt, so I was like, okay, you know, didn't like that. This is the funniest fucking thing. Fucking quits me, goes works for another company, would never work a Saturday here. The reason she quit is because I expected them to work Saturdays. It was a girl. I expect her to work Saturdays, just like everybody else. Won't work a Saturday, don't want to work a Saturday, want nothing to do with that. She goes to another place, all of a sudden she works Saturdays. It's like, well, why in the hell wouldn't you work them here for me when I told you that this is a 6-day-a-week job? You didn't want to work them here for me, but you're working them somewhere else. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Alrighty. So it just shows you, like, I don't understand it. Is that because that I treat people badly? They don't feel like they want to put out extra effort? But it's like, I tell them up front, you know, if you don't do anything stupid, I won't have to yell at you. But when you do shit stupid and you tell me what you are and aren't going to do, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested. You know, I shut your hole and know your role. You drive a truck, you're going to drive a truck. That's, you know, I can't help you that we have to work Saturdays. That's just what it is. You know, we have to go do this. You know? It's not that hard. You know? It's not that hard. I just find it funny that when people go other places, they do the exact same shit they wouldn't do for you, they're doing it somewhere else. It just shows me that's why I don't respect anybody, because it doesn't really matter. Shut your hole and know your role. Yes, just do your job. That's it. And nobody will tell you. Nobody will talk to you. I won't even talk to you. You know, I could go the whole year without talking to anybody. That'd be fucking great. If you just showed up every day on time, did your job, fucking maybe ask a couple questions in the fucking group chat, like, hey, this is what I got going, you know what I'm saying, and figured it out on your own, you'd never hear from me. Never fucking hear from me. What do I do fun outside of work? I really don't do. I play golf on Thursday nights, and I go to my kids' sporting events. That's really all that what I consider fun. And I get to have sex with Brittany every once in a while. So that'd be kind of fun. And play with her boobs. That would be fun. I can play with her boobs anytime. So I guess that'd be kind of it. You know? But I don't really do anything else for kind of fun. That's it. Man, I haven't had time to shoot any videos. So I don't have time to do that, because if I shot the videos, while I'm shooting a video, the phone would ring 8 times. It would sidetrack me. I'd never get anything done. We usually go on a couple vacations a year. We are getting ready to go out of the country. Me and my wife are going to the Dominican Republic. My mom gave us like a week of some kind of like all exclusive things. You know what I'm saying? In the Dominican Republic. I don't know. I've never been there. My mom gave me a week. She had a free week, so me and Brittany said we would take it. We're going there for 5 days. We're going Sunday through Friday. It's probably going to get ruined, just like every other vacation we've been on. It's going to be ruined, I'm sure, but we'll probably get to, you know what I'm saying, I'll probably pay with a lot of boobies down there. That'll be the fun part. And looking around, I've never been to the Dominican Republic, so I don't know what it's like. But we're going to go there, play with boobies. The kids aren't going to be there, so I'll end up missing the kids after a couple days. You know, even my kids are crazy, but I'll miss them. Luca will probably call and talk to us. Enzo won't say very much while we're gone. No, I don't miss the horse. That thing was expensive. Give the phone. I don't think that they wouldn't like my mom. If they think that I have no appreciation, bud, that woman is fucking, my mom is the coldest person in the world, especially towards me. And she would fucking definitely say something to them. I've never had a Mexican driver, but I would like one. You know what I'm saying? Like a real Mexican, like a Guatemalan or something. Ronnie, like Jesus. I've never been. Do they have trucks in the Dominican Republic? I'll check it out there. I don't know. Me and my wife, it's some kind of all-inclusive thing. We're like landing on a plane. They're picking us up because we're VIPs, whatever you want to call that is. And then we're driving up there. And then I guess we just stay at the resort the whole time. They had a couple like good restaurants. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to eat. I like breakfast at restaurants. We'll see what else we get. You know, other than that, I really don't know what we're supposed to do. Does anybody know? Does anybody know? But anyway, we're going to check it out, see how it goes. It should be kind of fun. You know, we'll have to get somebody here to keep an eye on the clan. Hopefully, we're kind of just hauling salt by then, and I can just print stuff off from my phone and go from there. You know, is what I'm hoping. Speaking of printing stuff off, I gotta do that. Because I got 2 salt loads that have to get done Monday, and they didn't give them to me till today. Like, Jesus Christ. These 2 got lost in the shuffle. I don't know how much it cost us to run the fuel per mile. We don't really do it like that. Let me see here. Damn it. We don't really. I just know what it costs per week. So we're going to fucking Lebanon. Great. Print these off here. 2 salt tickets. Lee's got lost in the shuffle. What do you know? We're supposed to have like 15 more of these things to do. Let's see if they come in this week. Who fucking knows? I guess people are out buying shit on Black Friday. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, well, we'll get more orders Monday, I'm sure. Tuesday we're supposed to have a big snow here, so I'm assuming we're going to get more of that. So it should be interesting. These got lost in the shuffle, so I got to figure out. We did this before. This guy, I'm surprised he didn't order, but here's how these landscapers do it. They are last minute fucking heroes, let me tell you. Like, they wait till the very last motherfucking minute, and then they all panic. They all fucking panic that you couldn't get to them fast enough. Then they motherfuck you the whole time. Like, oh, you didn't get me. I'm a priority. I don't give a fuck. You were the last motherfucker to order, bud. Call your own. I have a couple owner-operators that run for me every once in a while, but other than that, no. How many pad life? That depends. I just found the severe duty ones again. Those last double that the regular ones last, like the Bendix one. We usually get 60,000 miles out of them, so I would say you get maybe 4 or 5 pad changes before the rotors are smoked. I'm hoping it snows here. What I need is 2 to 4 inches every week for the first 6 weeks of winter. You know, like, so this week, next week, you know what I'm saying? The week of Christmas, we need to get something. The week of, you know, we need to get a lot of shit right in there, if that makes any sense. I'm hoping it snows, you know, and then I'll stay pretty busy every day. We have another job that goes on. It just pays like shit, and they're eventually going to cut us off doing it. I don't know how much longer it's going to last. If it's snowing on Tuesday, I don't know how much I'm going to run. We'll see, because ever since COVID, the people in Cincinnati and around the greater area, they plow the roads like shit. They just don't get them done as good as what I remember. I think we had a couple years where we didn't have good snow, so I feel like they got lazy. Again, they don't want to pay overtime. It's just a bunch of bullshit. That's what I feel. They just haven't been very good at it. But anyway, like always, thanks for watching. I'm going to get ready and go the fuck home.